Inge. Ja, aber du kannst mit mir drüber gehen, gell? Du kannst so rein.
Home. Feels amazing to be back to the house after being rained on. I just took a shower And now I want to Netflix and chill. Peaky Blinders it is tonight. I'm going to watch a few episodes of Peaky Blinders. So hi guys, hi. Wait, let me fix this. So I was at a local restaurant, one that I had never gone to before. I had never visited. There are some restaurants in my town that I frequent, but this one I had never been there. And first, a little lip gloss. I had to take a train, and that restaurant is the nearest to the train station. So my train got delayed, and they said something about something. I don't know why the train was delayed. And just for the record, I am not talking about the place that you saw earlier, the place that I'm just from today. That's not where I'm talking about. Actually, the place I had a hot dog today is a really nice place with some of the best food in my town, and they have great service. I know the owner, great guy, really nice guy. So it's not that place that I just showed you. And so I went to that restaurant and I said, hallo, grüß Gott, darf ich bitte ein Aperol Spritz haben? Ich warte für so I explained, für meinen Zug. Und ja, ich muss zuerst etwas trinken. And the waiter looked at me, like even when I said hello, he didn't say hello back. He just looked at me and he was not busy. He was not busy. Like it was almost empty, only about 3 tables, and it's a big restaurant. And then he was like, in diesem Zeit nur essen. So basically that's German for like, at this time you can only order food. So I had explained to him that I just need a drink, an Aperol Spritz, because this is an Aperol Spritz in case you're wondering, because I'm waiting for my train and it's been delayed, because I could like literally just walk to the train station 3 minutes. So why not wait somewhere nice as opposed to waiting at the Bahnhof, at the train station. So he was very dismissive, like looking at me like I stink or something, right? Like he was like, in diesem Zeit, es ist nur zum Essen. Even the way he said it, like you can only order food, it's like calm down. You know, people start with a drink and then eventually they think, you know what, I'll order food as well. And I respect restaurants. I've worked as a waitress myself right here in Austria. So I respect restaurants and I respect the fact that sometimes all their tables are reserved. And so you just have to come a different day. But on this day, they were empty. There were no reserved tables. There was only like 2 tables reserved because they write reserved, right? So I was like, ja, aber darf ich nur eine Getränke haben? Like, yeah, I get it, but let me just have a drink because I don't want to sit at the train station. Like, kindness costs nothing. It costs nothing to be kind. And he was like, nein, das geht nicht, which is German for like, no. And then he's like showing me the way out, right? Me being me, I don't just sit around and have people mishandle me or like disrespect me, especially when I'm being nice. So I pretended like I was leaving, but then I went right back in because there are 2 entrances. I went right back in and I demanded to talk to someone who's in charge, because obviously that waiter out there, he's not in charge. When someone is in charge, you will know. So they said, yes, of course, just a sec. And they called some other guy. So this other guy comes and I'm like, hello. So I explained to him that I just wanted to have a drink earlier, just now, because I'm waiting for my train. And he was like, yeah, sure. Then I said, is it true that from 5 p.m. the tables are only for like food, ordering food? And he was like, not really, only like when it's a high season. And yeah, from 5 p.m. normally a lot of tables are reserved, but not today. Today it's pretty quiet. So I was like, yeah, because the waiter out there told me that I can only order food, even though I explained to him that I just need 1 drink as I wait for my train. So this guy goes like, forget him. So what table do you want? And then this guy says, yeah, so I'll serve you myself. Okay, so the rude waiter sees me coming back with his colleague, and now he's looking at me like, and I just pass him and I thank the other guy. I'm like, thank you, so get me an Aperol Spritz. And I sit there and I take my Aperol Spritz, and my train is not yet there. So I take a second Aperol Spritz, and this waiter comes, the rude one, and he's hanging around thinking that I'll ask him for the bill, or like, you know, he's just hanging around, but we are done, okay? We are done, like we are done. So I just waved to the other guy, the guy who's in charge. Maybe he's the manager, I don't know. I've never been to that restaurant. It was the first time, and I think the last time. So the other guy comes, and I tell him, could I now pay? Because I think my train will be here in a few. So then he gives me the bill, and yeah, I go on to pay, and I tip him. Of course, now I have nothing to do with the rude guy, and then I leave. Fast forward, that's some time back. Fast forward to like 3 days ago, I was talking to my colleague, and I was like, oh yeah, that restaurant over there, the service was so bad. And my colleague coincidentally also had bad service there. And I'm like, really? And so I tell her my story, and she tells me her story about she wanted warm soup, and they gave her soup that was almost cold. And so she asked them to like take it back, and she warm it. Like, she wasn't being demanding or like rude, just warm it in a microwave, and they were really rude about it. At some point she thought, let me just leave, I'm not gonna have that soup. So anyway, she tells me, and by the way, they are closing down. So I was like, I live in an alpine town where a lot of people have a lot of money, especially the business owners. So it's not often, or like, it's rare that you hear that a place is closing down because it doesn't have enough business. And I'm thinking, you don't even have to be a rocket scientist to know why they don't have enough business. If the both of us are talking about bad service, they probably have a lot of people who don't return. So then I went to their reviews. Everybody's complaining, and I'm like, why do people create such bad karma for themselves? I mean, if you're rude to one person, you have to pay for it in one way or the other. And I get it that sometimes it's really busy. People don't have time for your many demands as a customer. I understand that, but you can like be kind about it. Explain it to people in a respectful way. Don't make people feel bad and yet they're spending their own money, because I left there feeling bad. Even though the other guy had helped me, it's like, you know, human beings, we remember when we were treated badly because we expect good treatment. So when people treat us well, that is like the normal thing that we expect. But when somebody goes out of their way to make us feel bad, we will remember it more. And when people go out of their way to make us feel very good, nice, welcomed, that we will also remember. Like, human beings remember the extreme. So it was either extremely bad or extremely good, but like just normal human decency and courtesy, this we don't really remember, because it's how we expect to be treated and how we treat others, right? Like, just neutral. You don't have to be extra friendly, but just respectful. So the other guy was respectful, the one who ended up giving me the 2 Aperol Spritz, just like I expect him to be, because I am a paying customer. So that's not what I will mostly remember. You get what I mean? Like, I will remember the extremely rude one, right? So if that's how they treated me, and they treated my colleague not very different from that, she told me that she thought she was going to leave without the soup anyway, like just keep it. And then they brought it with such a bad attitude, and like she really felt bad. She remembered it, and that's why when we were discussing it, she remembered it, right? People remember such things, and people talk. If you're a business owner and you don't train your service people to just treat people with respect, are you really surprised when finally people are not coming to your restaurant? I was looking at the reviews like, okay, so the business owner did not read these reviews. But then I thought of something else. There are certain business owners who don't want to pay people, good salaries. So they just pay them crap salaries, and they don't want to improve on that because they're greedy. And then the people who are being paid crap end up cranky at work and spoil the business. Now they're shutting down. Wow. We really do create our own karma. We really do create our own karma. I was really surprised to hear that they're shutting down. Anyways, that's my story of, that rude waiter. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks and bye.